you want to see what we have cooking today in my kitchen? Well, grab a hold of that vine, swing it onto my kitchen, and let's get cooking. Good looking. Today, I made for our Instant Pot Weeknight Warrior dish, I made BBQ Beef Sandwiches. Now, grab a hold of that vine and swing it onto my kitchen, and let's get cooking. Good looking. Well, hey there, good looking. I'm so glad you came to my kitchen today because I'm going to sit there and show you how we do the Instant Pot Weeknight Warrior Wednesdays, and I'm going to be doing a barbecued beef. Now, let's get started. Let's remove our cover. Let's turn our saute button on. You're going to want to sit there and put about a tablespoon high temperature cooking oil. Now, let's just pan down to our nice little London broil that I have here. Now, I'm just going to sit there and grab some of my coarse crushed up pepper. I'm going to season both sides. And also, I'm going to sit there and take my kosher salt, because if you use a kosher salt when you are frying up your meat, it's going to put a real nice crispy crust on each of your roast here, each side of your roast. So I'm going to go ahead, season the other side, and we'll be right back. Now that I have the kosher salt all down on both sides and the coarse black pepper, we're going to go ahead, put it in our pan, and we're going to give this all a good sear. Now, remember, when we're browning the outside and crisping it all up, we're giving it an extra layer of flavor to savor. Does that smell good in here? Okay, now that I flipped it over, let's go ahead and put some of the other seasonings all in. Alright, you're gonna want... I'm sorry, folks, my kitchen witch is back. And she's tormenting me today. But anyways, where I was about to go, we need a half of a teaspoon of garlic powder. So let's go ahead and all that. And then we're going to be needing 1 teaspoon of onion powder. And then you're going to be needing about a half a teaspoon of crushed dried garlic. You're going to be needing about 1 teaspoon of the dried minced onion. And then you're going to want to sit there and take 2 teaspoons of this Better Than bouillon and mix it up with 1.5 cups of water. So I have our water right here, and I'm going to sit there and simply mix up my 2 teaspoons of the Better Than bouillon roasted beef base. Now, before I sit there and add the beef broth to my Instant Pot, I'm going to sit there and remove the roast. That way I can sit there and give a good zhuzh on the bottom of our Instant Pot with our beef broth here that we made with Better Than Bouillon. Now, with our Better Than Bouillon, let's go ahead and pour that in. Now, I'm going to sit there and take my spoon, and I'm just going to sit there and give it a good stir. And I'm going to get all them little burnt on pieces to soften up and to go into the nice juice mixture that we have here in our bowl. So I'll be right back. And as you see, I softened up, and it picks all them burnt up little pieces all off of the bottom of our Instant Pot. And now we can go ahead and add the rest of our beef broth. So let's go ahead, give this a final stir, and go ahead and add all that goodness. Now with our browned up roast, all them seasonings that we put on here, I want you to put that side down inside of the broth. So let me get my tongs out, get a good hold of my roast here. Oh, come on, work with me. As you see, we're gonna put it down inside, seasoning side down. Hold on, let's grab the camera and let's zoom back in. See, the seasonings are all down inside of our Instant Pot. Now, I have a decision to make. Do I add 1 teaspoon of my liquid mesquite liquid smoke, or do I add 1 teaspoon of the hickory liquid smoke? Decisions. And by the way, I picked up these liquid smokes on my trip out to the Amish, and I think I'm gonna go with hickory tonight. So 1 teaspoon hickory. Now anytime I'm using the liquid smokes, I always give the bottle a good shake. And now here's a little tip. This little cap here will sit there and measure out 1 teaspoon. So let's go ahead and measure out 1 teaspoon of our liquid smoke. Add that, and now I would simply just take this over to the sink, and I would just rinse the cover off and put it back on, and we're good to go. Okay, I rinsed my cover off, and let's put it back on, and now we're good to go until next time. Now, let's grab our Instant Pot cover. Let's close it and lock it into place. Let's make sure that our vent is to the closed position. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to cancel the saute button, and we're going to put it on manual, and we're going to put the time to 60 minutes. Now the Instant Pot just sounded off. We're going to sit there and allow it to do a natural release for 15 minutes. Now 15 minutes has passed, so let's just come up here and do a quick release. Alright, the pressure's all released. Let's come down here and open the lid up. Remember, always open it away from you. Okay, I brought out a dish. Now I'm going to grab my tongs and we're going to sit there and get our beef roast right out of our dish here. Now, don't go throwing this juice that's all inside our Instant Pot here. Please save it. That's excellent beef broth now. In other words, it would be great to use in another recipe that would call for beef broth. So go ahead, put it in a canning jar, but allow enough space for when it freezes that it won't crack open your canning jar, and just freeze it. Just bring it out and let it thaw, and you can use it in your next recipe. Or go ahead, put it in a Ziploc baggie and save up enough of them Ziploc baggies until you would have a full canner full. Now that's what I would usually do. Put it in a Ziploc baggie and wait till I figured I would have enough to do a full can full of beef broth. Now, let your roast rest for at least 10 minutes before we start shredding it up. And during that time, we're going to sit here and we're going to drain out the Instant Pot insert of all the beef broth, and we're going to put the shredded beef into the Instant Pot. Now, we're going to be adding roughly about 1 cup of the homemade Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce that I can up myself. Now, if you look over here, up in the corner, I'll be sure to leave an iCard because, trust me, it's so much more tastier than the store-bought Sweet Baby Ray's. And I'm pretty sure once you try canning it, you're gonna sit there and always can your Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce like I can mine. So I'm gonna add my shredded beef into my insert to my Instant Pot. We're gonna add the homemade. Well, you can sit there and use store-bought, but I'm using homemade Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. We have a little bit more than 3 cups of our beef broth. Now, go ahead. You want to separate the fat from the beef broth and then let it cool down, and then you can sit there and put it up in your freezer or can it up. Alright, I finished shredding up all the roast. Now, let's put it back inside of the Instant Pot here. Thanks, babe. Yep. And now, we're going to sit there and put in the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. I'm going to get a spatula so I can scrape out my bowl. Okay. Woo! I should have been taping that one. That would have been a keeper.
I'm out of here.
I finally saw a man be like us women out in the garage with the tools. Oh, that was funny. Dang. Okay, now let's just give everything inside of our Instant Pot insert a good stir. Okay, we have everything all mixed up. Let's come down here and go to the saute, and we're just gonna sit there and allow the barbecue sauce and the shredded beef to warm up a little bit, and then we'll pile it all onto our bun. Okay, I have my little pretty little takeout container because it's fake out takeout night here in my household. So now I'm gonna grab some of this barbecued beef and I'm gonna add a good amount on top of the burger or hamburger bun. Now let's put your top on, and there you go. Look at that. Ooh, isn't that looking tasty? That's how we do a fake out, take out. And there you go. We have our barbecued beef that we did in our Instant Pot. And a great addition to this meal is them honey pickles that I made. Now, I'll be sure to leave an iCard up above so you can sit there and make your very own honey pickles as well. Now, that's how easy it was to make our barbecued beef sandwiches in our Instant Pot for our Instant Pot Weeknight Warrior dish. Now, if you liked what you saw here today, give me a big old thumbs up. If you're a new subscriber, hey, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you came. And if you're not yet a subscriber, go up, tap that subscribe button, tap that little bell. That way you'll always be notified every time I do put out a new video. And most of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out to watch my video. And here's to happy cooking, but better yet, happy eatings. Y'all come back now. Be here. Now, this has been taught to me the whole time. I can't resist no more. So, you have to excuse me. Oh yeah. There was a party in my mouth. Oh yeah. That's a way to go. Especially in a weeknight. So, until next time, happy cooking, but better yet, happy eatings.